This is the Hopkins and Allen underhammer muzzleloading rifle, and this rifle has one fatal flaw. That's right, it has a bulged barrel. Common wisdom in the firearm world says a bulged barrel is absolutely junk. No good, throw it out. It is unsafe to shoot. Today, I'm going to prove to you what happens when you put 55 grains of double F black powder behind a 58 caliber round ball in this barrel. Is that bulged barrel safe to shoot, or is it the kiss of death? So with that being said, let's go test this thing right now. All right, so I had never shot this before, like I had said, so I'm just going to take a stab at a powder charge. I'm going to go with 55 grains of double F, and we'll see what we get with this one here. I know people have teased me in the past about using very small powder charges, but I have found that it does not take a lot of powder to put down paper. So, and there's just no sense of beating yourself up. And most accuracy comes at smaller powder charges anyway. Now I'm using, like I said, this is a 58 caliber. I have a 5, what am I running in there? 58, yeah. 570 ball with 10 thousandths patches. And don't worry, I'm going to shoot this off a rest because I know everybody just loves it when we shoot offhand. With a muzzleloader. So let's see if it hits paper. All right. It's actually in the black. Now I'm not going to worry about where the bullet is. I'm just going to shoot a group and see if it places there on a regular basis. So this is the problem with shooting off a rest with a muzzleloader, is the standing up and down deal constantly. One of the bigger starter here. All right, well, these patches are definitely the right fit. All right, well, let's see if we're anywhere near where we were last time. Well, I will say this is a mid-February day, so it's pretty windy, and it is a round ball and 100 yards, so, and I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time going through a lot of different powder charges. Now, unfortunately, the bore in this rifle is actually pretty good, other than the bulge section. I think I'll do at least 5 shots. One thing I do like about the underhammer, for a rifle that does not have set triggers, they have very good triggers. So I had found that these things will do a pretty good job for target work without being, you know, technically a target rifle. Now I can feel the lump or bulge as it temporarily goes past that point. And it's not much, but it is noticeable. And again, it's 55 grains of double. I don't know if it would really do any better with less or more. So I shoot a wet patch method, which is great and all. But for this one, I've been using a little bit more lube than I normally do, so it's a little slimy. Well, our shots keep climbing on this thing, and I don't know if that's what that's all about, but primers that I'm using are CCI number 11s. This nipple probably would rather want 10s because I'm squeezing it to get them to fit a little more snug, but all right, so there are our range results. Now a couple things to keep in mind. This test was conducted on a closed range. I inspected the barrel. I went through it. I took some measurements on it, and I absolutely would not recommend that that you just go find anything with a bulge and automatically assume it's safe. I am not saying that at all, nor am I recommending that. But given everything into its totality with the inspections that I did, the wall thickness, where the bulge is on this, I determined it to be safe to shoot. And I thought the results that we got from this rifle were pretty good. Now, it was a very windy day that day, and I'm going to show the wind drift charts that I came up with. The wind was well in excess of 30 miles an hour, probably gusting to close to 40. So at 100 yards with 55 grains of black powder on a round ball traveling at, I think it was about 1,100 feet per second, my initial thought was, the performance wasn't that good, but taking atmospheric conditions into account and the fact that it is a bulged barrel, I thought it actually, looking at it again, I thought it performed pretty well. I believe our longest distance from the bullet on the bottom of the target to where it was on the high right side, I think was about 18.25 inches. And I believe if you look at just the bottom target with the 4 shots, I think the farthest distance on there was 7.5 inches. So at 100 yards, 58 caliber, going that slow, I thought, with that much wind, I thought was pretty good. So to just wrap this one up, I think it's a good lesson or a takeaway out of this, that just because there may be a bulge in a barrel doesn't mean that it's complete junk. Considering that, most of the gun world would tell you that this thing, it's relegated to a wall hanger. It's absolutely, no good with a bulge in it. And clearly, I think it's proven that that is not the case with this. So I think a lot of times just the repetition of saying, oh, it's got a bulge barrel, or the crown's got, something in there, rather than doing a scientific study on it. I think a lot of people just write it off, I don't know, maybe through laziness or something like that, or really not even caring, other than to just repeat the mantra that it's unsafe and just don't shoot it. So with all that being said, there's the results of our Hopkins and Allen underhammer in 58 caliber at 100 yards with a bulged barrel. What do you think? Do you guys have any barrels that common wisdom says are compromised? Are you shooting a barrel that has a bulge in it, or are you more inclined to be, the type that says I'm not going to mess with it? And I don't think there's a right answer and a wrong answer. And if you're unsure about it, again, I just want to say again, just don't automatically assume because I took this out and shot it and everything worked great that your example or your firearm is going to give you the same exact results. You really have to have somebody look at it that is knowledgeable and in the know that can accurately make a determination if you should or should not shoot it. So with all that being said, let me know. What do you think? Were the results worth it? Is it worth keeping? Is it worth scrapping? What are your thoughts on it? Anyway, until we see you at the range again next time, take care. Happy shooting.